Hello everyone. Okay, in this video I am going to answer a frequently asked question. It's regarding discoloration, how to, kind of mask or cover the discoloration. So this is a frequently asked question on my channel, so I thought I'd just address it and show you 3 products that I usually reach out for whenever I apply my makeup. So without the product, without the color correcting, product, usually my foundation or even powder foundation tends to turn gray, very dull looking, very grayish, and it just doesn't look nice after a while, and certainly not a good look when you are taking pictures. So after much trying out, a lot of other products, I've finally realized that there are only 3 things that kind of work for my skin type and the kind of discoloration I have around my mouth. So generally speaking, I'm just generally speaking here, women of color and also Indian women, brown skin tone women, we tend to have discoloration around the eye, sometimes around the jawline, around the forehead, and certainly around the mouth. And without using color correcting products, makeup tends to go very ashy, and you may have the most beautiful eyeshadow on, but when your foundation or that base that you apply on is just not good, everything is just ruined. So I'm going to share with you 3 products that seem to work for me. And the first one is from MAC. So this is the Pro Color and Correct palette, and this I believe is the medium deep palette. I think they have a darker one compared to this one here, but for me this works, and I have used this on clients as well, when I did student photography and stuff like that. Anyways, the shade that I always, as you can see, there's a dent. This is my second palette, by the way. This is the coral shade. Burnt coral. It's creamy. I like the consistency of this because it slides on beautifully. It has a tendency to crease a tiny bit under the eye. It settles into the fine lines. But if you set it well with a loose powder, it seems to work out really fine. I also like the fact that it has other concealer shades. So sometimes there are days where I don't want to wear a foundation, so I just dab a little bit, on the blemishes, the concealer that seems to work for my skin tone. Like for example, this shade here and also this shade here. So if I were to not do much color correcting using the coral shade, then I just dab a little bit of this darker concealer around the mouth area. It seems to work quite well for me. So that's product number 1. The next one is one of my favorites really. I mean, these days I'm always reaching out for the MAC Moisture Select color, moisture cover color correcting duo set here. Always using this coral shade. I'm not a huge fan of the yellow shade because it tends to be a little too light for me when I use it as a highlighter, but the coral shade is amazing. It blends beautifully when I cover my discoloration around my mouth and under eye area and around my nose. It seems to really blend in nicely. The only thing is that you have to give it a minute or 2 for it to settle in before you start applying, foundation or any other product on top of the color corrector. And also it's perfect for combination, oily, normal combination skin. It doesn't have that, dry, patchy finish after a while of wearing it. The longevity is really good. I like that it doesn't crease and settle into the lines around my face. It's not that I'm getting any younger, so I do have fine lines around the eye. Sometimes my smile lines tend to show when I'm a bit dehydrated. So yeah, this is like one of my go-to these days. I think the last color correcting product is from LA Girl, and this is the Pro Conceal Orange Corrector. Okay, I have a bit of a love, like, dislike. I wouldn't say hate. Hate is a strong word. A bit of a like, dislike. Sometimes it works for my skin, sometimes it doesn't. I think this is too reddish orangey for my discoloration, so if I were to apply it too much around, you know, the areas that needs it, it tends to show through or change the color of my foundation when I apply it, because it doesn't really settle in as compared to the MAC Select cover MAC moisture cover color corrector. So yeah, I have a bit of a love-hate. I do know that many makeup artists swear by this. For me, it didn't really work because it's just too orangey red, and I do not have that much of a dark kind of a discoloration going on right now. But if I do have, maybe certainly I will use this more often than I'm already using. It's not that I don't like, I still do use it, you know, especially when those areas where I have very bad, you know, dark spots. This seems to work, but I can't use it all around my problematic areas. It doesn't seem to work, and it doesn't really settle in well. It kind of shows through the foundation. And also, I do not like to wear heavy foundation, so maybe that's also a factor to why this doesn't really work for me. Anyways, these are the 3 things that I use for my discoloration issues around my face. Discoloration around the mouth, under eye, sometimes around my nose. Sometimes when I'm picking at pimples, it tends to leave a bit of a crusty scar. So if I were to cover it with concealer, I usually apply the color corrector before applying the concealer, or sometimes, you know, with foundation, and it seems to work out fine. I hope you found this video useful. I will certainly take on more questions, and I will make another video if you have any other questions that you would like me to address. And see you. Bye.